uh, trans women in sports, and I think it's pretty interesting in light of the current controversy going on with the school shooting.
But equality does not exist physically, which is just, just a fact. That's why we have weight classes. It's why we should have the difference between females and males competing against each other, which is why I get, this trans athlete thing fucking blows my mind how many people go along with this. It just blows
Although
my mind.
didn't the ruling just come down on powerlifting? Sorry, on weightlifting. That you cannot compete in you like if a male transitions to a female, he can't compete as a female.
Well, that
if the transition occurred after puberty.
Yes, that certainly should be the case. It certainly should be the case. I think there is some ruling that just came down like that. But swimming, I mean, that Leah Thomas is still the #1 swimmer in the world, and it's a biological male.
Yeah.
Period. End of discussion. It's madness. And not only that, hasn't even gotten a penis removed. Has sex with women, apparently. It's just the whole thing is so crazy that you can call yourself a woman and then you're a woman. And like this has nothing to do with trans rights. It just has to do with humans. There's a reason why we make a distinction, why men are not allowed to compete in the women's division. But if you could just decide you're a woman and you compete in the women's division and no one's even allowed to regulate like what that means, and if you have any problem with that, you're transphobic. Like, has nothing to do with transphobic. Yeah. We're talking about fairness in sports. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy that this is still going on, and that here goes
a similar ruling in swimming also.
They vote to restrict transgender women from elite swimming. What is the FINA?
FINA is the ruling body of swimming.
Okay, so they voted just Sunday, but that says June 19, 2022.
I was just looking at Leah Thomas's wiki.
But that's the problem is that she's doing it through
NC2.
Yeah, it's a different thing. What is it?
Yeah, NC2A.
She wanted to go.
Although
to the
didn't she
Olympics.
graduate?
Yeah, she's done with that, so she wanted to go to the Olympics.
Yeah,
this
is basically saying she can't compete as an yeah.
Well, it's just what they've done to those other girls that are competing against her is just a fucking crime. It's horrible. Imagine if you're a biological woman, you are working your ass off. You are fully dedicated to being the best of the best. You're dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's. You are watching your diet. You're watching your recovery. You are fucking trying. And this person who just decides they're a woman with testosterone flowing through their body for their entire life just dominates you.
Yeah.
It's fucking maddening, and it's fucking maddening that we have gotten into this ideological battle, this cultural end of the road ideological battle where we're allowing that, and where people will step up and virtue signal and defend this. That it is as if it has anything to do with being compassionate and considerate and trans rights or LGBTQ plus AI, whatever the fuck it is, rights. It's nonsense. We are a society that needs a real problem, and we are fixating on these fucking very strange issues and deciding that we're going to correct all the inequities and inequality in the world by allowing these people to express their truth. And you're encouraging mental illness. You're encouraging virtue signaling. You're encouraging mass ideology, this ideological capture of an entire culture where people know things aren't true. You know it's not right. You know it's not accurate. You know it's not scientifically true. And yet people have to espouse these certain things because if they don't, they'll be labeled transphobic. I mean,
I think that was really well said and hard to disagree with or argue.
Fucking wild. And I never thought it was going to happen.
I think the worst example is when male prisoners can somehow weasel their way into women's prisons.
There's a shit ton of them in California.
Yeah, no, that's...
California, there's more than 40 of them that have made their way into prisons. And there's hundreds of them that are under review right now. It's crazy. They go to prison and get women pregnant. So that not only are they saying that they're females, but they don't have to do anything other than say they're females. They don't have to take estrogen. They don't have to get their balls cut off. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to do anything. Just, I'm a female. Oh, well, we don't want to fuck with you. We definitely want you to go to the place where you're allowed to live your truth. Patricia, get in there. Get in there and start fucking. It's crazy. It's crazy. And one of them was a guy who is a fucking murderer. You know, the thing about these people that identify as
There was also one that was a sexual predator, and there was a lot of outrage from the other female inmates, and they were called transphobe. I'll link the article below.
females, like they did this study on inmates that identify as female and want to be moved over to female prisons. There was a large number of them that were sex offenders.